This is the Daily Dirty.
The Daily Dirty. Breaking pop culture news, influencer drama, and everything in between.
Daily Dirty.
On Unwell On Air.
This is referring to a viral video that has since resurfaced.
Right.
Of Travis and Kayla Nicole appearing to have an argument while they're like sipping on glasses of wine.
Yeah.
And Travis at some point tells Kayla, "Oh my God, get off your phone."
Yeah. It's like a selfie video of them.
Yeah.
And Kayla's holding up the phone. It's her and Travis with wine glasses. And then he gets frustrated by her, like, you know, creating content of them.
Mind you,
but
she's
she
an
is
influencer.
a YouTuber. Yeah. Okay. So she like comes from the content creation influencing
That's how we
background.
saw her. That's how he saw her.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is different. You know, like that's your job.
Right.
What do we think about this? What do we think about Taylor potentially shading Kayla?
I think it's nuanced. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that Taylor may or may not be aware of how coded this is coming off. But to say like, but I'm not a bad bitch and this isn't savage. And Travis's ex-girlfriend is Kayla Nicole, which many people would refer to as a bad bitch. One.
Yeah.
Two, and he's tried to court Megan Thee Stallion, who has a song called Savage. Kind of does come off in like a, oh, you went after all of these Instagram models who are ethnic and interesting looking, and I am a white woman who many people make fun of for having like a long back and no ass and like, you know, not an hourglass figure. There's something there that feels a little coded to me.
Yeah, because on Wishlist, she has a line that's like, they all want fat asses with baby faces, but I just want to be with you, essentially.
And
like
Kayla Nicole has the babiest face and the fattest ass, I will say. So, you know, it feels like a couple shots.
Feels like a couple shots. I guess, Hannah, you might know this. Like, I feel like Kayla Nicole has made comments about Taylor and Travis's relationship the whole time.
She has not ever directly mentioned Taylor
Oh, she
Swift.
hasn't?
No.
No, but she posts on her Instagram story after things happen.
Right.
Or makes like
Okay,
so
okay.
she hasn't actually ever said Taylor and Travis's name.
Okay.
But I feel like she has put herself in the conversation around their relationship a couple times.
Yeah,
and
like
I don't
she's
have like
made-
an exact like thing like a example off the top of my head. I just feel like I've heard her name a lot
Yeah.
in around them too.
So that's almost like Taylor. Okay, I guess actually that answers my question. Like, does Taylor know that this is kind of like stoking the fire?
So
a little
what
bit?
I would say, and something else what pisses me off about this is the stoking the fire portion. Immediately upon Travis Kelce starting to date Taylor Swift, Kayla Nicole's DMs, comment sections were filled with racist vitriol from Swifties specifically. You know, which I'm positive. I remember Kayla Nicole doing a podcast or something of the sort, never mentioning Taylor, but saying that she thought it was weird that she wouldn't call her fans off based on all the racism and disgusting stuff that was in her comments. So I do feel like Taylor Swift is aware that there has been her fandom being very nasty to Kayla Nicole, and her coming out and making any line that could potentially seem like it could be about Kayla Nicole.
Yeah.
Especially because she knows. I don't like it. It feels weird.
Yeah.
to me.
For me, I think that Taylor has had a history of bringing every part of her relationships and interactions into her songs. And so if this was like the first time she'd ever done that, I think it would be a little bit different for me personally. And I don't think that I don't think she's in the right by doing this by any means, but it is kind of what she's done for the past 16 years.
For sure.
So
It's her MO.
It's not surprising
And this
to
is
me.
why I never liked her. You know, this is why I personally have never liked Taylor Swift. I don't like this perpetual victim complex, especially when you are the person wielding actual vitriol towards somebody else. And yet here you are positioning yourself as, oh, I'm not a bad bitch. And I know that this isn't, you know, like whatever, like shut the fuck up. Also, Travis and Kayla were together for 5 full years, which is longer than Travis and Taylor have currently been together. You know, like it wasn't like some small relationship. I only know about Travis Kelce because of his relationship with Kayla Nicole.
Yeah.
That's when I learned who he was.
Oh, really?
Yes. And it was like a very like lauded relationship. It was like, oh my God, look at Kayla and Travis. Like,
Yeah,
oh my
yeah.
God, this is so cute. And I don't know, there's just been a lot of speculations about Travis aiming to get at more and more famous women as his fame grew.
Interesting.
Hence him trying to get at Megan
wait,
Thee Stallion
do we
following
Do we know
Kayla.
any details about him trying to get at Megan Thee Stallion?
I think they did like a commercial together or something.
I think
Okay.
there was like
Something
on a
of that
shoot.
sort. Yeah, they were on a shoot and apparently he like asked her out and she explicitly said no pretty immediately.
Wow.
Yeah, and you know, so like this is why I have again personally
The
never
search.
really believed Travis and Taylor's relationship, and I stand on that
Okay.
even right now.
Okay.
And then on top of that, all of his exes being black women, suddenly aiming at Taylor Swift feels like a self-promotional play more than it does like a, oh my God, that girl's so beautiful, I want that one. It doesn't make sense to me.
The Megan Thee Stallion insert in between Kayla Nicole and Taylor Swift is kind of funny because, like, okay, maybe the latter theory, like, that does kind of check out.
Yeah.
I think that Taylor, to your point, Hannah, it is her MO. I mean, Dear John, one of my fave
Yeah.
Taylor Swift songs. That's some good lyrics right there. Is about John Mayer. She doesn't try to be subtle. With the Katy Perry thing, Bad
Yeah.
Blood, she doesn't try to be subtle. And do I think for respect for Kayla and because the racism is at play, you should be more careful? Like then with John Mayer or even Katy Perry, like
If you give a fuck, but because of her response,
She's more of
it
a
tells me that
target.
she doesn't give a fuck.
no shit, no.
You know?
And I think that is unfortunate.
You
Like
know what
I
I
think she
mean?
should be more precious in that situation and think like, okay, this person is more of a target being a minority. Like, okay, yeah, but maybe
If-
that thought wasn't there.
If racism matters to me,
If racism matters to me,
I will be mindful given this circumstance, but it doesn't seem that she does. Especially, like Taylor has just kind of consistently over her career, which is why I never resonated with her, kind of been propped up as this Aryan princess, for lack of a better way to put it. And it's something that she's kind of not necessarily ever played into directly, but it's part of her ethos that she is aware of, and she's never negated it. You know, like it's never been like a, oh no, like again, she didn't speak about politics in any capacity until this that Netflix thing that she did. A Miss Americana
Yeah.
or something.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that was the first time that we even heard her grapple with it, and even then she didn't really tell us anything, just that she was grappling with it.
Yeah.
And then she came out and said that she was going to vote for Kamala Harris.
Right.
And that was really the first time we were like, oh, okay. I guess you have thoughts about something. But that's 15 years deep in the game, maybe like 20 even.
I think that condemning Kayla Nicole's haters and like the people being mean to her online could have been a good moment
100%.
for Taylor to like make a comment, and it could be like no big deal. Granted, yes, that is like your now man's ex, and clearly I'll give Taylor credit here. You know, kind of like how I was giving Charlie XCX credit about being vulnerable in her lyrics, about being like, I don't compare to this woman. You know, I feel insecure. Taylor on this album is essentially saying like, I don't have a fat ass and I'm not this girl. I'm like making my sourdough bread and whatever. So, but I guess it is different when you're like awarded for your whiteness constantly. Yeah.
Yeah, for
It-
your
it does-
for your relatability, which is very much a coded thing
Yeah.
to me. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because I don't relate to Taylor Swift. Why would I relate to Taylor Swift?
Right. Yeah, I mean, more of my perspective on kind of the album is like she's making a lot of money, you know what I mean, and she knows how to,
is.
and it feels more and more to me like she's a pop sensation. She's one of the biggest stars in the world. She knows how to do it. But are there artistic critiques that I think are extremely valid,
Yeah.
especially as someone who was a huge fan of her and I do like a lot of her music. I feel like the artistry, there are things that could be more thoughtful.
Yeah.
i.e. some of the lyrics that are shading Kayla.
And allegedly, if this is the most thoughtful writer of a generation, as Swifties has tried to tell me over the last 15 years, I do expect thoughtfulness then. And that makes me believe this is thoughtful, right? You thought about this before you did it, and this is what you landed on. Okay. That
Yeah.
tells me, again, our ethos are misaligned and always have been, which I felt.
Totally.
And now it's like,
and you can feel valid for feeling that way. Like, and no one should. And that's like why the internet is such a crazy place right now, because we're knocking each other for the opinions and your perspective in this POV. Like, of course you're going to have a different POV than a girl who grew up listening to Taylor and has never like questioned her race or place in the world, you know? And it's like, you shouldn't feel like you're not valid for your opinions.
I never did.